Woohoo! Hey, welcome everybody, Hex Token channel. Your host, Superman. Great to be back another day in the awesome land of PulseChain, PulseX, and of course Hex. Welcome to the chat, folks. We've got a very cool topic today. Is sick of Ethereum gas fees. I know that many of you on Ethereum are sick of gas fees. Well, PulseChain saves that and gets rid of the gas fee problem. Also, we'll give you the biggest airdrop of crypto history. So everything you've got on the Ethereum chain will get copied over to PulseChain. It's the first full system state copy of Ethereum on PulseChain. So that's going to deal with the high gas fees on Ethereum. It's going to be amazing for many years to come. Plus, with the airdrop of everything you already own on Ethereum, it's going to be absolutely awesome. So we're going to get into that. I hope you enjoy that one. Learn about PulseChain, PulseX, and get in there, folks. We've got a cool chat going on. We can get into there. Say hello, of course, and subscribe, like, share, hit the bell, all that good stuff. It's going to be very cool. And we're going to be doing a couple of videos on Ethereum over the next couple of days, so it's going to be a lot of fun. And we're going to have a lot of insights there as well. PulseChain is really going to help solve a lot of problems, and we will get into all that. Let's get into the chat. I think the audio's up and running, so that's cool. Let's go and have a look at who's in the chat there. We've got Snow now in the house. Woo-hoo-hoo! Hey, feeling excited. I'm excited too. And Brennan says, what's good, everybody? Good to see Brennan in the house. And we've got Hodl Generation as well. Get it, got it. Good. Superman, take us up, and away. That's right. That's what we're doing on this channel. We are getting excited. We're about to fly when PulseChain launches. And, of course, those ETH gas fees are going to be a thing of the past. Really is awesome. PulseChain really does solve that gas problem, and it's unrelenting. We're going to get into that shortly. Christos says, good evening, Superman. Hey, Christos, good to see you in the house. Big shout out to Christos there. Steak Hex says, Superman, woo-hoo-hoo. Love, yeah, buddy. Hey, good to see you, Steak Hex. And Mix in the house says, focus is no joke with all these dogs running around loose. Hey, Mix, you're absolutely right, and it is a bit of a minefield. I'm going to talk a little bit about the latest one, just with a couple of comments about that. We're still going to wait and see how things are going. And so we're going to have a look at that later. Brennan says, I think Wales only is still live with the trust team. All right, well, we'll look at that maybe later in the afternoon session there, Brennan. We probably won't talk too much about that today. PulseChain Trainer says, hello from Texas, let's go. The thing with the airdrops, folks, we're going to get lots of airdrops. We just need to give it a bit of time and see where the dust settles, as it were. So that's a little pun, where the dust settles, because we just have to wait and see that these contracts are really good. I've seen a couple of videos from YouTubers today, and they're all one of them was quite good, the other one not so good, but we'll quickly talk about that until we're pretty happy to talk about on this channel. Obviously, the welfare and safety of PulseChain, Hex holders and things like that is pretty paramount. So we do our best to balance out the conversation. There's some people that like to just jump in, with everything. But there's others that like to be very cautious, and I think that's the wise thing to do in crypto. So just to be cautious. All right, so cool. Let's get into it, folks. We're going to get into the Ethereum gas fees at the moment. It's so high still. Now, last year they were really smashing high. Last year it was just crazy when full bull market was on. At the moment, we've still got pretty high gas fees. We do have more periods of lower gas fees on Ethereum, but we do have pretty high gas fees. We've got the GWEI here at the moment, 49 GWEI low average. This is on Ethereum gas tracker. I'll post this in the chat there if you want to check out the Ethereum gas prices there. Hey, Craig Wading's in the house. Woo-hoo. Good to see Craig. Another awesome content creator there out there. Nice. So we've got also, it's now in the chat there. Good to see it's now. Nice one. So that is the gas track that we're looking at here. So 53 GWEI is on the low side there. 54 average. High GWEI is 56 GWEI. And of course, you can see the dollars there for transfers, $4.44 for the low and $4.57 for the high there at 61 GWEI. Now, if we scroll down, we can actually see different types of actions that you can do for OpenSea. In other words, if you're trading NFTs on Ethereum, it will cost you around about $42.78 on average and $44 on high. Now, if you're doing a swap on a Uniswap version 3, you're looking at $39 on average there and $40 on high. Typically, these are the ones where you typically want to set if you're, want to have things go through reasonably fast. So that's just doing an NFT. Now, obviously, NFT is one of the biggest use cases for gas, and it pushed the gas price up for Ethereum. If you're wondering why gas price has gone up, one of the big reasons is the NFT boom that we've had, and it's still, it's not as big as it was, but still big. So that's definitely a big gas pusher. Obviously, Uniswap was also a big gas forces of demand. So if you always look at the top 10, you'll see these at the top. We've also got USDC here as well, transfer $11, $11.77, and so forth. It's got other ones here, SushiSwap, $30, and we've got a few other balances, a lot of swapping tokens there, all around $30. You got ERC20 transfer at $13.74. So just if you're just trying to transfer an ERC20, it gets pretty expensive at the moment. We've got E721 transfer, so kind of NFTs around $18 there too. So it is pretty expensive on that point of view. Adding liquidity on Uniswap, $45 on version 3. So that's pretty expensive as well. So you can see how people get really sick of the high fees. Now, if you're small, the majority of people on Ethereum are relatively small users in terms of retail book. And of course, this is huge. If you're trying to transfer, you just want to transfer $100 and you're gonna pay $10. It's kind of crazy, right? So this is where the problems really come into. So the cool thing about Polygon really does. PulseChain, I should say. I was reading Polygon there. PulseChain, it really does really does solve this problem of high gas fees. So it's pretty awesome like that. You can see the confirmation there as well with the average time. 600 seconds there for 46, and of course you're looking at 180 seconds there for S3, 180 seconds there for 47 wave. And you've got your gas guzzlers here. So what's driving up these costs? You can see all the top ones here. As I said, NFTs, the top user of gas in the last 3 hours, 11.73%. Last 24 hours, 12.56% on the gas there. You got Uniswap, as I said earlier, swapping 10% and 7.8% on the 24-hour. The last 3 hours, it's been 10%. So we've got some pretty big stuff here. We've got lots of other swappings, MetaMask swapper route, and all this other stuff. We've got 1inch here, OpenSea registry here. So all high users. And if you get down a bit further, you got ENS here, also a high gas user. So this is pushing up the gas prices because there's a lot of congestion, right? The throughput rate for Ethereum is like probably about 8 or 9 transactions per second. I think the theoretical is about 25. So that's kind of where it is. We also got we often see on charts trading is affected by the MEV bots. So you get a lot of MEV bots. They front run your trade. We see a lot of those on the Hex token, for example, and you can see the high gas use here that they're up at 0.64% gas on this one. But it's not just one address. There's another MEV bot here. These are the bots front running. They're paying all this higher gas to try and drain the liquidity pools of different peers, trading peers. So you can see the MEV bots there. We talk about that a lot of the time. So this is the top 30 users, and you can see some of the people that are causing so much of the utility that's causing so much of the gas price rises there. That's the top 30. You can keep going and going and going page after page, but those are really the high end rollers there. So we've got a couple topics on there. We've got a couple comments first before we go to the next slide. I own a company and would love to set up a retirement match 401k type thing in Hex. Ever heard of something like that? That's kind of what the investment trust is doing. The Hex investment trust is doing, and so we'll look at that a bit later. But that's going to open. If they go public with that, they'll open it up to 401ks. But definitely that is a growth area, big growth area. 3 other live streams at the moment. More should come in as they end, says Gen Hex. Nice one there, Craig. How are you today, says Lies Beneath. Very good, Lies Beneath. And we've got as well Hex, EHEX, PLS, and PLS6 for the win. Absolutely. Daniel says we need to stop using ETH with the high gas fees. Absolutely, Daniel. So if you're sick of high gas fees, definitely got to stop using those and get on to lower gas fees for sure. All right, so this here is how high the gas fees are. A real problem. People get really sick of it. and even transferring some tokens, $4.44 at the moment to transfer tokens that you own. It's just insane. Should be less than a cent, right? Should be less than a cent. We've got the history here, the average daily gas price of Ethereum from August 2015 to April 6, 2020. We can see it's relatively low period here. And this is what we should get on PulseChain, a very low gwei. And of course, we've got these super high gweis here into 2020, 2021. So if you want to enjoy the low area, PulseChain is really going to be the place to be. And of course, we've talked about the problem of high gas fees and basically how to solve this, right? How to solve this? Well, we've got PulseChain. PulseChain is coming. So if you're from Ethereum, if you're using projects on Ethereum and you're sick of the gas fees, PulseChain really is going to be the answer here. And of course, it's going to launch. It launches very, very soon. We suspect possibly as early as mid-May, somewhere in that ballpark. And we're waiting for the official announcement from the founder, Richard Hart, who created the Hex token, which has been one of the most successful cryptos in crypto history. So we're looking at this. It's got PulseChain goals. We've got Ethereum's fees will be lowered by sharing its load. So not only will it benefit going into PulseChain, have super low fees. You're talking about fractions of a penny for most things. Then it's going to be amazing. Like you're comparing that $4.40 for transfer. Imagine a fraction of a penny for transfer, and at 4 times faster too. So it's not just going to be cheaper, but at least 4 or 5 times faster, possibly up to 200 times faster. So it's going to be pretty interesting. We've also got enriched ETH users. Obviously, PulseChain will re-enable priced out use cases. A lot of stuff like metaverses like Mana and that are priced out. So that should really be kicking it. That should really thrive on PulseChain. Instead of launching empty, PulseChain brings the ETH system state in ERC20s. This rewards holders and founders of Ethereum-based projects. So that should really allow a lot of projects to thrive in a low fee, super fast environment with all the same assets. So everything's the same. This is the first system state copy of Ethereum. And so therefore everything you got in Ethereum is going to come over. It's going to start off with the price will be 0, but there'll be a massive price discovery, and that will happen very fast. The price discovery will be very fast indeed, and we'll talk about more about that later. Enriched ERC20 and NFT users. The launch of PulseChain is the largest airdrop in history. Thousands of Ethereum-based tokens and NFTs received their free PulseChain versions. The new gold rush contains the value discovery of thousands of tokens and NFTs on PulseChain. If you always wanted to be a whale in a certain ERC20 or NFT, maybe now you can be. So not only will you get airdropped everything you own on Ethereum, and then you'll be able to transact for super low fees, you'll also, which will be paid in Pulse rather than ETH, or PLS as we say, you'll be able to accumulate volumes of tokens that you really like. And because there's price discovery, there's a bit of a gold rush on, you can accumulate some more tokens that you think are going to get priced up. And if you do it earlier, you'll be earlier pays better. It really does, just how it's simple. You get in early and you'll be able to get lots of volume, and then just let the market do its thing as more and more people come on board. Now, to access PulseChain, of course, when it does launch, possibly mid-May, and that seems like a more probable date now. And so that's looking good. Your MetaMask wallet just works. So you just have to change a single setting to access PulseChain. In other words, you just have to have the PulseChain network on your MetaMask or whatever wallet you're using. And then you'll be able to just flip between Ethereum and a PulseChain, and you'll see all your copies over on PulseChain. It'll just be there, ERC20s and all that sort of good stuff. So it's pretty powerful. ETH holders can transact for free with freemium Pulse also, so you can get a one-to-one for the ETH that you've got. PulseChain increases the throughput of Ethereum 4 times by using 3-second blocks. Ethereum average block time is around 13 seconds. So we'll have a look at this thing. So not only is it going to be super cheap, but it's going to be super fast compared to Ethereum. So if you've been frustrated by some of the confirmation times, then the PulseChain is going to really help with that. So you can see here the block times here in seconds here, just going all the way through to March here, and we're around about 13-second block times still. So that's super powerful. And of course, the PulseChain is going to be 3-second block times. So it's going to be way faster, 4 to 5 times faster. It's going to be pretty impressive. All right, so remove pollution. Of course, this is a concern to a certain amount of people. are replacing proof of work miners with proof of stake validators. PulseChain doesn't burn waste in energy, making it environmental friendly. Now, obviously, Ethereum's looking at moving to Ethereum 2.0, but obviously, Elite Dev said that's not going to happen in June. And at the earliest, you talk about July, August, September, but that's really not the main thing that's going to reduce fees for Ethereum. It's really going to be sharding that comes in, and that could be 2023 or further beyond. So that Ethereum keeps missing their deadlines. They've got very complicated code. They're trying to solve some problems there. So that seems something that may come in the future, but is definitely deferred all the time. And as we know, Vitalik's the plan is 6 years long to finish off the ultimate end game for Ethereum, which is typical, and crypto will continue to evolve as well. Improved game theory. Now, PLS, which is like ETH on Ethereum, PLS is used for the gas fees, and of course, this is where it's going to be super cheap. This is really what solves the problem of a high Ethereum gas fees. So far, you're going to get everything on a PulseChain that you've got in Ethereum. If you're got all those assets at the block height when it comes up soon, then you'll also have to use PLS to transfer. So the transfer of the PLS, so that's going to be pretty good. Validators only earn fees, and 25% of the fees are burnt to reduce the circulating supply. So ETH has an inflation and a burn cycle, but PLS is just deflationary from the beginning. There's no inflation on it. It doesn't have the issue of ETH. There's no fancy burning feature that's required for Pulse, but it does have the code to do it. Validators only earn fees, and 25% of the fees are burnt. So you got the total supply at the beginning. That was given out through a PulseChain sacrifice, which is a new mechanism for capital raising, but it is based on the Howey test. So there's no expectations of the work of others. Therefore, it's not a security from that point of view. And so people in return will get the Pulse airdrop. And of course, that's already been done. So that went through from the 15th of July last year, and the sacrifice went all the way through to about the 6th of April this year. So that's all finished. And the official period, of course, last year was 15th of July, to the 3rd of August. And then there was a bit of a late phase after that, all the way to the 6th of April. So that's what's happened there. And of course, 25% of fees is going to be burned. And so it's going to make Pulse more scarce, which gives you an incentive as well. So not only is there a lower gas price and a bit lower gas fees, but also you can have a lot of upside with the deflationary PLS token, the chance to accumulate a lot of tokens that you think will get priced up in the price discovery on PulseChain, because PulseChain really is everything that Ethereum is, because it's exactly the first system state copy. In other words, not like a ghost chain like you see other chains that they fork Ethereum, but they've got nothing on them. They have to build up their communities. They have to build up their projects. Well, that's not the case with PulseChain. PulseChain will be the first system state copy of Ethereum and have everything coming. All the contracts. We know there's over we know there's over 500,000 token contracts alone. They'll all be getting copied over. So it's going to be pretty amazing. We should expect at least 5,000 to 6,000 of those to be actively traded, and that may be much higher, may get over 10,000, because the fees are so cheap. It means that a lot of priced out projects on Ethereum will be able to flourish on a PulseChain. So it's going to be fascinating to see that all play out. And man, oh man, if you've got a whole ton of assets on Ethereum, you're sick of the Ethereum gas fees, PulseChain is going to be like a dream come true. And you're not going to have to wait for deferred announcements from the Ethereum team in terms of delivering upgrades like the full proof of stake and of course the sharding. You're going to be able to get this all at one time. So it's going to be a lot of fun and a lot of upside. On top of that, of course, there's PulseX, which is going to be the biggest yield farming in crypto history. Not only the biggest airdrop in crypto history, but the biggest yield farming. And then, of course, when the bridge opens up between Ethereum and PulseChain, maybe 1 or 2 days after the launch of PulseChain, then that's going to be the biggest, fastest way to mass adoption in crypto we've ever seen, because it's going to open up to 140 million wallets over on Ethereum and potentially 3 to 4 million active users to be able to come over to PulseChain in a super fast speed. So it's going to be pretty fun to watch that happen, and it could happen as soon as mid-May if that is the launch date. So very exciting. We're going to have a quick look at some of the developments at the moment, show you how close this is. going to be very, very exciting. So the solution to high gas fees on Ethereum is coming pretty fast with low, super low gas fees on Ethereum. And of course, with one Pulse token, you potentially could do a couple hundred transactions, even on the basic theoretical numbers of about 1,300. So it's a pretty big deal in terms of lowering the gas fees. So nice. And as I say, there will be a bridge, an official bridge. We're going to quickly check that out too. We'll be able to transfer tokens to and from PulseChain and Ethereum. So it's going to be fun. And of course, enduring super fees. Once you get there, you won't want to ever leave, right? You're going to get the biggest airdrop in crypto history. You're going to get super fast gas fees in terms of Pulse fees, and you're never going to want to leave. And so it's going to be a fun place to earn great passive income and really thrive over there. So cool. It's coming up. So that's looking good. Obviously, we've got this is the testing at the moment for PulseChain version 2B. It is up and running, and this is the third testnet that's been up. And so there's been a lot of good testing going on. The first testnet was lasted for 77 days. Testnet 2 lasted for 103 days, and currently this testnet is up at about 5 weeks or so. So this is going very well, and lots of checks and balances, any bug issues or anything like that being ironed out. So this is getting pretty close to the launch, and of course we're probably expecting now about mid-May at this stage on average. So we'll see. I'll wait for the founder Richard Hart to make the final call, and of course we are expecting a block height as well for everything that's getting copied over from a PulseChain to Ethereum to PulseChain. So we're expecting a block height or something like that. So we'll wait for that too. It's going to be super fast though, super cheap fees, man. PulseChain is the solution for high Ethereum gas fees, but it's more than that. It's going to be amazing gold rush. Going to be amazing gold rush there. So very cool. That is a PulseChain testnet running on a block explorer, and of course you can see all the other things that are on top of the PulseChain. We've got the PulseX. We've got the PulseX exchanges like Uniswap on Ethereum. PulseX is like the Uniswap, so it is one of the exchanges. If you heard of PancakeSwap, SushiSwap, it's like that. And you can see that's already up and running, and the testnet has been doing pretty well. You've got exchanges, liquidity, you've got farms and pools, so everything you would expect. You've got a burn function, which you do not expect as such, because this is a bit different, and you're going to be able to claim a little bit of PulseX and be able to burn the mechanism. So it's pretty cool. And so far about this is the game-changing tokenomics on this is amazing, because for every $1 billion that gets traded on a 24-hour basis, 700,000 will go and buy and burn PulseX tokens. So this is PulseX is the token for the PulseX exchange, which is like the Uni token for Uniswap. And but this is amazing because like Pulse, which has a total amount at the beginning, PulseX also has a total amount at the beginning, and then it also has a buy and burn function, which is a public one, gets callable, and you can earn a little bit of a bounty. You can see a little bit of bounty there if you call it. It really depends on what's going on there at the time, but you can call that and burn it. You can see at the moment we've got 21 there, 0.63 billion PulseX tokens have been burned. So it's going to be pretty powerful stuff when that's up and running. We also got obviously public voting there with the DAO, and you'll be able to vote there on different proposals that the core team makes or the community makes. So you'll be able to select any one of those as well, and that will also play into the farms and the pool. So we'll have some pools where third parties will be able to come on and airdrop some tokens to PulseX holders, maybe Pulse holders, who knows. We'll see what happens with that. And also we've got some farms as well. So if you're doing liquidity, you provide liquidity and earn fees from that. You'll also be able to take your LP tokens or your liquidity provided tokens and put them in the farm. So pretty powerful stuff. And remember, this is all going to be super cheap on PulseChain. It's going to be super cheap gas fees, and so it's going to be a wonderful environment to be able to frictionlessly make profits and passive income without having high fees eat into all your judgments, your calls. You're not going to have to pay some miner to make profits. You're going to get the whole thing, and they're not going to have to just sit back and run the computer. So I think it's pretty neat. The final thing, of course, we've got the info page, and of course on PulseX, and you can see the total volumes here, liquidity that's burned in the house there at the moment. Let me just scale that down a little bit. We got the volumes there, so you can see on the testnet we've got some cool volumes going down, and this is a massive buy and burn for the PulseX token with these volumes going so high. We've got some testnet prices. Now these are all fake, these are all fictional, they're not real, but we've got all these prices in here at the moment. We've got Pulse, which is the main token. It's like the ETH of Ethereum, but Pulse is the main token for PulseChain. You can see the price there is 0.006, which is pretty cool. Now, a lot of people during the sacrifice period may have sacrificed with a 0001, or even if they're a big whale, maybe a quadruple 04. That's kind of the cost price there. So the launch price is going to be fascinating to see that. Everyone is excited. Is it going to be a 5x, a 10x, a 20x, a 100x? Who knows? But that's what people are excited about, the upside there. And of course, the PulseX there at 0018, and that's similarly, they had similar cost numbers as well. The PulseChain, so it's going to be pretty fascinating to see that as well. We're also going to have Hex, of course, which is up and running, the best certificate of deposit in the world with the highest savings APY, 38% or more. So there's going to be many other projects. So it's going to be a lot of fun. There's going to be all the projects from Ethereum, and there's going to be a whole ton of new PulseChain projects going on to PulseChain, and that gives a lot of upside opportunity as well. And who knows, there could be lots of airdrops there too. So very cool. So that is some of the stuff that's happening. We've got PulseX, which is the Uniswap of PulseChain, and then of course we've got a PulseChain bridge. So you want to be able to send stuff back and forth from Ethereum, because obviously you've got your Ethereum assets, and then you've got your PulseChain airdrop, which are both the same. And PulseChain's got to get priced up, and then you might want to swap back and forth, or maybe once you find out that PulseChain's so amazing but super fast, super cheap, you just bridge over a lot of your ERC20s, your stable coins and stuff like that, and start putting them in liquidity pools on PulseChain, and in terms of PulseX, and then also buying up assets and things like that. So you become a real kingpin on PulseChain. It really does offer a new opportunity for small investors to really make it big. So I think it's pretty exciting on PulseChain. Not just solving gas fees, but really just so many opportunities there as well. We've also got, so that's the chain here. Actually, I'm trying to hit the chain here, but the Pulse bridge here, I think I hit the wrong one. We've got the Pulse bridge here. So this is the one where you can transfer back and forth from Ethereum to PulseChain. So PulseChain to Ethereum and back. The rig testnet Eric is in use at the moment, but this is going to be launched probably 1 to 2 days after PulseChain launches. So that's going to be very exciting to see that. So we're looking forward to this. Now you could be able to use, this is going to use a wrap function. So you wrap the tokens and be able to send it back and forth. I think this is going to be pretty powerful as well. So lots of cool things coming in terms of the PulseChain side. Let me just jump through this. Just wait for that to hook up there. So yeah, you can see on here already you've got Hex and PHEX in there. So on the PulseChain testnet side, you got Hex, and then on the other side, you've got, on the Ethereum side, you've got PHEX there. So if you're transferring from PulseChain, it's going to be Hex, and then over to PHEX on the Ethereum side. So there's a little fee there, 0.01%. It's going to be the fee, and so that's what it's going to cost people in terms of that. So cool. All right, let me, hopefully you got that back on. Nice. All right, so we've got also the validators with Ethereum. Of course, you can do a hybrid. You can either stake 32 Ethereum. And that's the thing, you got to stake so much Ethereum on Ethereum for staking. With the validators on PulseChain, it's going to be super cheap. So you can see all the validators here, and you're going to be able to stake with these validators. Some of the big ones will be at the top, smaller ones will be at the bottom. So if you've got a smaller amount of Pulse, you'll be able to, which is like having Ethereum, you'll be able to stake that with smaller validators. If you've got a big amount of Pulse, you'll be able to stake it with bigger validators. And some of these validators will also have third-party dApps as well. I know that Liquid Loans is going to do that. It's a new project. It's a bit like Liquidity on Ethereum. So if you're used to Liquidity, Liquid Loans is like that. It's a fork of that project and adapted for PulseChain. Now they'll probably have they'll probably get theirs validators near the top. And that would attract people not into their project as a validator, but also into their third party dApp. So a bit of a marketing ploy there. from liquid loans. And so you're going to get people, you're going to be able to stake and earn a little bit of Pulse. It's going to be fairly modest in terms of the amount, but it basically opens it up to most people. A lot of people, at least a lot of people, should be able to stake with the validators and start earning a little bit more volume in terms of Pulse. And of course, like Ethereum boomed in its price, 18,000x, you could have a chance of really booming with getting more volume of Pulse in a safe manner through staking with the validators. Now, validators are the people that confirm the blocks and the transactions on the blockchain. So it's going to be a pretty good opportunity as well. People like safe ways of making a lot of money. So that's cool. That's what you can do with the validators. So those are the kind of the main functions there. We've covered PulseChain. We've covered PulseX, which is the Uniswap of PulseChain. And we've covered the validators, which means you can do proof of stake. It's a full proof of stake right from the beginning. And there's easy access for most people, unlike Ethereum. So it's going to be really, really cool. From that point of view, see how it's just a win-win, a superior. It's the way Ethereum should be, and PulseChain has got it all. So it's so much fun, and you're early, so it's going to be super fun to see that play out. All right, cool. That is really the discussion today about Ethereum fees, high Ethereum fees, which we're pretty much sick of. Why pay all that money when you can pay less than a penny, fraction of a penny for transactions on PulseChain? Why would you just do that? It just doesn't seem right? So there we are. That's $40 for a Uniswap. It's going to be a fraction of a penny on PulseX. That's how it is. So $40 to do a swap on. Why are you paying $40 for a trade, and you're going to be paying a fraction of a penny on PulseX? What does it make much sense to you? Does it? No. So cool. Obviously, with PulseX, you're going to be paying a smaller fee too on the volume of your transactions. So on the Pulse, you're going to be paying a fraction of a penny. On the actual trade, you'll be paying a small amount as well. So it's going to be pretty crazy. Way lower than what you're paying here on this Uniswap fee here, $40. So it's going to be awesome. Right, cool. Let's get into some of this stuff. We're going to jump over to Hex and check out the Hex price as we go. Let's get into it. We've got a few comments in the chat there. So Fat Sammy's in the house. Hey, Fat Sammy, good to see you. Hex Token channel member. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Oh, nice. Hey, we've been sitting around this 13 cents still. We're still around 13 cents on the Hex price. Kind of crazy. It's now up, Fat Hex family. Nice to see you in the house. Craig says Hex Tokenins. It's a tough one, that one. J-Man's in the house. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Hello, everybody. Good to see J-Man. Testnet V3 soon. If we do get a Testnet V3, it'll be very, very short, I imagine. And woohoo, Tortoise Johnny in there as well. Daniel's in the house. The Fairy told me PulseChain is going live in June, says Daniel. Nice one. And Stake Hex says, since PulseChain is so close, now is the time to spread the word of Hex Pulse and our favorite channel, Hex Token, and other communities. Absolutely, Stake Hex. I'm 100% with you with that. May 21st says J-Man. Nice. We need to do a sweepstake, don't we, for the launch time? I think that's something we need to do. Woo-hoo-hoo. Easy's in the house. I have been on board for a long time. PulseChain, PulseX, and Hex is J-Man. Nice. That is the, if you're unfamiliar with those, that's the Richard Hart tokens. And of course, PulseChain really will benefit them hugely. It's going to be amazing to see that. Easy says, so many people will get wrecked at the first week of the open long. If you have your sacrifice coins, just hodl, don't get wrecked. Easy. That's tremendous advice. So that's one thing I always say. Just hodl your tokens, sit nice, and let the market do it. It's going to be quite volatile at the beginning. Price discovery is a wonderful thing. Gold rush is a wonderful thing. But of course, there's quite a lot of volatility at the beginning as the market finds price discovery. And that typically lasts for 4 to 12 weeks, you would say. So just be patient with that. Yeah, the tortoise got the ducks in the house. We are feeding the ducks with tacos. Is it tacos? We're feeding the ducks with tacos. Nice. That's the soundtrack, folks, if you're not familiar with that. Aaron said, yes, holding long term. Nice one, J-Man. Stake it till you make it. Yeah. So there's in crypto, we have a lot of people that are hunting the quick X returns, right? So they're speculating on new projects and things like that. So just remember, there's people that are speculators. They want to get the next big thing and try and hit it big quick. There are those that want to hold long term and get the big X's. And if you're in the right projects, those can come. Yeah, there we are. Alex says, woohoo! Hey, Alex, good to see you in the house. Crypto says, I have a feeling as PulseChain nears that there are a lot of more people quietly waiting than I originally thought. Yeah, Chris, I think it's pretty big. And even though we might have had 150,000 sacrifices, say, for PulseX, represented by wallets, I think there's many more hundreds of thousands of people that are well aware of what's coming up, and maybe they were a bit shy to get involved. Just like PulseChain, they were shy to get involved back then, and then they got into PulseX, and of course we had maybe 3 times more people in terms of wallets that come in. So I definitely think that is true. FOMO is real with PulseChain, absolutely. Remember, everyone is going to get all the contracts are getting copied from Ethereum over to PulseChain, and people are sick of high gas fees, particularly the retail book, and it's people with smaller investors, small to medium investors. So I think it's going to be pretty fun to see that really fire with PulseChain when PulseChain launches. Now, as you guys know, this is a PulseChain, this is a Richard Hart Maxi channel. We do talk about other projects because obviously PulseChain is going to flourish with all the other projects, but they are in my view more speculative. Obviously, things I say are my own opinion, but this is going to be interesting to see that. Of course, John says 107,000 wallets on day one. Minimum, says Tortoise. I believe over 1 million users in a year, J-Man says. Yeah, I think it's going to be more than I think it's going to be a lot more than that, J-Man, but we will see. Now, when we say users, we're talking about people wallets. I guess we're talking about wallets. Now, obviously, some people have multiple wallets, so yeah. We know that on Polygon, they have 3 or 4 million transactions a day. We know that Ethereum has, I think Ethereum has about 1.3 million transactions a day. So it's going to be pretty crazy number of transactions as well, not just the wallets, but transactions that are going to be in the house as well. Let's have a look here. DEX transactions. We've got DEX transactions here. Just trying to remember where the data set is. I got that on. Maybe it's on this list here. Let me just go back to. I forgot where my transaction lists are. Might bring it up another time. Anyway, I just woke up, so let me off there. All right, cool. So we've got a lot of transactions coming. I think it's about 1.3 million transactions per day, and then of course we've got Polygon's 3 or 4 million transactions a day. Binance, I don't know if they're still doing this amount, but they were doing 5 or 6 million transactions a day. So you can imagine what's going to go on a PulseChain, folks. It's going to be a dream come true, because a PulseChain is basically going to be harvesting, with PulseX going to be with the AMM bot harvesting all the yield farming. So hopefully we'll get all V3 in there too, and that would be absolutely amazing. Cool VIP. Was it this site? I can't remember now. My mind's just got a bit of rank freeze on there. All right, so we've got the Hex price here, 13 cents, and it looks like we had a bit higher as well. We've had a little bit of a push up here, 13.16, and we're just trying to find. We've just sort of at least we've solidified our price range up here. We were down here, of course, down at support around 11.5 cents. It's the top of the support range, and now we're up at 13 cents. So still not a lot of volume into Hex at the moment. We'll wait for that to happen. What else we got? J-Man says 1000x or more possible, says J-Man. Yeah, I think that's a nice little number to have. I think J-Man, we talk about 10,000x, 11,000x from the price discovery. Now, when we're talking about price discovery, it's from the low point. So obviously, the price is going to find a price at the beginning. It's going to move along and then probably have a pullback, and then it's going to go up and down again. But we're just going to find the lowest price and then have the X returns from there. I think that's kind of the best definition. There are other definitions of price. Obviously, there's the cost price versus the ultimate price. That's probably what a lot of sacrifices will care about. There's the price discovery price, which I think is probably generally the best one to use. That whatever the lowest price in the chart, how many X's you've gone from that. That's what we use for Hex. And then of course there is not only and then there's the launch price. So you can use the launch price as well. So there's cost price from the sacrifice, and that's normally projects. And you've got the launch price, and then you've got the lowest price. So typically, I think the lowest price is probably generally the best definition to use for the X returns. Just depends on whether it's you're talking about the project overall or yourself or whatever you got. If you got on a certain cost price, that'll probably be a bit more important to you. 1000X, says Brennan. Yeah, money bags, nice. Mikey says, I'm not greedy. I only want 300x on each, please, says Mikey. Yeah, well, some people will do that, Mikey. So, yeah, it might play out with you. Depends on the time frame too, right? Damien says, PulseChain testnet runs real smooth like a fine-tuned engine, says Damien. Yeah, absolutely. Now, there is a GitHub, of course. I didn't talk about the GitHub, but this has the latest stuff here. I'm not sure if I got the PulseChain one on there. GitLab. Did I got GitLab or GitHub? Forgetting now. Got so much rubbish on my desk here. We've got to do. We're going to actually go into Discord here. So we've got Discord. We've got the notifications come up. So you saw the notifications. Cool. And that's come up. So that is the video. And this thing's actually quite cool because you can see you got Ethereum in here coming in here, PulseChain. And you got all the projects coming into PulseChain, so it's a really cool graphic that. So I thought that was quite nice. Let us get on to the useful links. We're going to go to useful links. We can see here that under PulseChain we've got the GitLab links here. So I use them myself, and of course we're going to open up another window, and we've got the PulseChain devs here. So this is what the devs are doing in terms of getting PulseChain up and running. And we're going to close that then. And you can see 57 minutes ago they did some little update here in the PulseChain testnet. But they also got these issues here. So if there's issues, they've got issues that they've been resolving. They've got closed issues, 224 closed issues, and then they've got open issues, 53 at the moment. So they've got all these issues here, and I guess they either kick them out straight away once they look at them, or they work on it and check that there's actually a problem. So very, very cool. Yeah, cool. And you can select on the top right there, select the issue to find and stuff like that. You have to sign in, I think, to be able to do that. Cool. I'm not sure if this board thing, I'm not sure if this got anything. Board, oh yeah, board open and need more info. So maybe the devs asking for info verified. So there's a few issues there. So if you have any issues, there's a place to report them if you ever do find one. Is to do it while the testnet's on, and so forth. So cool. All right, so that's some of the stuff there that's happening on the PulseChain. It just shows you these links here. I use them myself. So if you haven't gotten to Discord, I've made a few changes. There's a couple of changes. So get into Discord because I've added the levels up here. So we're on level 2. Big shout out to the people that have boosted the channel. And you know who you are. And of course, we've got 3 out of 7 boosts heading towards level 2. We hit level 1 on Discord, looking really good. Now the links to Hex Token Discord in the video description. This is also we've got a bit of a collab between creators. We've got Craig Wadding, Gen Hex in there, and Heinz Crypto at the moment. So we're working as a triumvirate at this stage. So there's lots of cool stuff coming from all the creators there. All of them have got notifications, so all the YouTube channels are notified through here. So you'll get, even if you're having a chat in Discord, you'll be able to see the videos and tweets coming out. Useful links, of course. We're going to be building this out into the ultimate list guide, and so this is going to be continue to be built out. We've got lots of video tutorials here, so big shout out to, I think it was Sandy was saying that she wants some small short videos, so we're going to have short videos here, like 2 to 5 minutes long, that kind of thing, and just easy guides on different things, so check those out. We're up to 158 members, so we hit 150 as our second goal, and so we're heading up to 200 now. So 200 is what we want to get into, so definitely get in there, spread the word. We've got the general chat, so we've got this is what we've changed and changes at the moment. We've got general chat here with Richard Hart tokens, so you can get in there and have a chat. We've got the price chats if you want to talk about Hex, Hedron, things like that. We've got the non-crypto if you want to talk about buying, selling cars and things like that. So you've got quite a few people in there. In fact, there's quite a few messages in there. I haven't been in there. We've got a general voice chat if you want to have a chat. We've also separated out the PulseChain projects, which are risky. So I've added the word risky there. So just to take in the fact that this is a risky proposition. These are new projects. These are possibly airdrops, things like that. So there's a new chat token there. That's been pretty active today, to be honest. So I'm great to see that so active. And we've just separated out that risk element. So this is what we consider risk off element. Well, they're Richard Hart tokens in any case. Obviously, there's always risk in crypto, but these are the PulseChain ones there. So you can get and have a chat there. This is going pretty good, this chat. So looking good there. And of course, we don't have any links. You don't post links in here. If you've got links, you post them in the links chat here, just so that the moderators can review the links, just to make sure they're okay. Some airdrops, of course, have to be proven, and people rush into airdrops, and that's probably bringing me into some of the stuff. I did see we've got this latest airdrop with the I don't know if I've got it up here, with the PLSD token. So this is an airdrop to stakers, Hex stakers at the moment. Obviously the price is moving up and down, all sorts of things. Currently $1.27. Now this airdrop, we're going to get lots of airdrops coming at us, right? So we're going to be very careful. I wouldn't rush in. I know those who like to hardcore trade and speculate, they just jump in. They don't care about their wallet. They might lose everything, but they just jump in. But you got to be cautious with these airdrops, because if your wallet gets compromised, you lose everything. You lose absolutely everything, and then you're out of the game. Pretty much, you got to start again, and that sort of thing. So, this project here is, I've seen Matty Allen do a video on this. He was using a small wallet that he donated to somebody. He was not using his own wallet. Excuse me. I've seen Trayvon do a video. Now he used unrect.net to check the approvals that was going through, and it didn't show up any approvals on there. That did seem to be a read only. So those are two YouTubers. I think that Trayvon's one was a much better one, because he used the unrect.net site to see whether what his contract interactions have been on his wallet. So I think that's much better approach. I have seen another person did a review and thought that the contract thought it was fine, and they've interacted with it, and we know that people have. But I would still be a bit caution. There is a 100-day, I think it's 100-day launch phase for this, so you don't have to claim straight away. So I would just give it a bit of time, and we'll see what comes out from the community in terms of assessing this particular airdrop with PLSD. It's better to be slower than to rush in. Obviously, the price will do its own thing. So there may be, when people are happy with this project, generally speaking, the price might be much lower. So I mean, that's just the way it goes. If this project's worth anything, the price will go up. If it's not, it will die. But you don't really got to be careful putting at risk all your Hex stakes that may be incredibly valuable to you. And of course, if the price of Hex goes back up to its all-time high, then that's going to be worth 4 times more to you than it is now. So you're going to be careful. Whatever that is worth now, it's going to be worth 4 times more to you now. So you're going to be very careful interacting with any of these sites. And even if the forms pop up and say it's a read only, you don't know whether there's anything malicious sitting in behind that that is able to get access to your wallet, reading your desktop, things like that. You just don't know. So you've got to be quite careful. And so really, I think it's best to be prudent and wait for the people that have got a lot of contract experience, until we get a bit of a body of knowledge that particularly airdrops are okay. So yeah, time will tell. All right, cool. So that's a little bit about that. Let's have a look at Hedron. Hedron at the moment is at 1321. 1321 at the moment, and that's currently the low so far, 12.99. So we haven't quite hit an 85% pullback, but we've got pretty close. Let's go to the old price here. We've got 81.68%. It's basically pulled back the same amount that Hex has pulled back. Isn't that crazy? It's kind of weird, right? It's kind of weird, or crazy weird with the pullback there. But that's kind of the Hedron pullback at the moment. So we've got Hex sitting at 12.8. We've got Hedron at 13.21. So definitely we're on the low side. We're on the low side. So I don't know. This is just my own opinion. It's not investment advice. But if people are selling now at this level, it's kind of, I don't know. Obviously, prices can keep going back and go to 95% if they wanted to. But I just think that's unlikely. I think we're at 82%. We've got PulseChain coming. And like I say, PulseChain is going to be absolutely epic. And we're just in that very quiet period before where the market does things like this. So that's just the way it goes. So let's have a quick look at Maximus as well. We're going to check out Maximus and see how they're getting on. Let me just switch over to Ethereum on my wallet. This is a play wallet, so it's not real. So just let you know that this is the play wallet. And 8 days and 23 hours to go. So we just flicked over the day on UTC time. Remember, this is tracking the Hex UTC time, or at least a Hex contract turnover. And we're just 8 days and 23 hours to go for Maximus. Let's have a look and see what the balance is Yesterday we were sitting at 79 million the last time we covered this. So this has been super successful. I think Hedron's been successful. I think this is successful. So these are two really strong derivative plays on top of Hex. So I think that's pretty cool. Let's have a look at the dashboard. Obviously, people can mint at the moment. People can mint one Maxi token per Hex, and of course that they put into the staking pool. At the end of this minting period, it will all get staked. So here we are, $10.9 million, and we've got almost 84.8 million Hex in the pool. This is terrific. Really is going good. So they've still got, as I say, 8 hours and 23 minutes to 8 days and 23 hours to go. Well, basically 9 days still to go. So cool. And 84.8 million Hex in there. This is going so good. Remember yesterday, last time I covered this, it was 79 million. So we're up almost 6 million from yesterday evening one. So that's not too bad at all. And total supply. So at the moment, Maxi, so there's 84.8 million Hex, and the equivalent amount of Maxi there, 84.68. So there's a little bit of delay there, but it's probably just a timing thing. The T-shares at the moment, 12,132 T-shares is going to be staked. That's awesome. This is also already a shark. This is already a shark. So at 0.1%. 0.1% I think is a shark, yeah, and 1% makes a whale. So if you've got 1% of the X T-shares, so this is already a shark, and of course it's going to be a double shark by the time it finishes. It gets 150 million. It will have about just under 22,000 T-shares, and that will make it kind of a double shark. I just made that up, but there we are. That's going to be that. Now, obviously, we're on day 871, and it started on day 865, and it will finish on day 879. So still 9 days to go, and then on day 880 it will stake all that Hex. So all that Hex there, this Hex is going to get staked, and of course it will likely at this rate probably be about 150 million, and so it's going to get staked on day 880. It will mature on day 6435. So this is the Hex day. It's based on the Hex day calendar. So very, very cool. Now we've got a calculator here as well. It's got the average daily payout per T-share 5 here. I don't know what the 5's in there. That's a bit. Let's put 6 in there. 6, and we've got the price at the moment of Hex, and the Hedron price here 133. That's about right. Estimated yield 52.5 million. But the estimated total treasury redemption value is 63.4 million at the moment. Obviously, as the price of Hex and Hedron goes up, this would go up. And there's the in-game would be 489 million Hex. So remember, if it puts in 84.8 million Hex, the in-game here at the moment is 489 million Hex, and 336 billion. That's with the big B, Hedron. But like I say, this is super ultra conservative, and this is awesome by itself. But it's super ultra conservative because the amount of T-shares that will be out in the last 7 years is going to be way lower, which means that they won't be getting 6 Hex a T-share. They will probably be getting 60 Hex a T-share, something like that. So it's going to be insane, and this number will be dramatically better. We're talking about billions of Hex in there. It's going to be absolutely amazing, and of course that will be interesting. But then, of course, we do not know what the price of Hex or Hedron will be at that time. All right, so we've got estimated redeemable amount of Maxi, 74, just under 75 cents. There'll be 5 Hex and 4,000 Hedron in there, based on this the conservative assumptions around this payout, but unknown around the price of Hex and Hedron in 15 years time. Cool. So that is Maximus going super well, and I think that was that on there. I think that's it. Yeah. So we're going to jump over to Richard Hart. Check out Richard Hart. See if he's got anything in the house. I'm going to close it like that. Bam. And yeah, it's showing off a new watch from the looks of it. So Rolex looks actually pretty nice. Actually, I like the burgundy on the wrist there, and it looks nice with the little rubies. I guess there are rubies in there. Looking pretty nice watch. So that's Richard Hart. Nothing else new there from what I can tell. We'll have a look quick at his tweets and retweets. See if he's got anything in there. Yep, baited all scammers, nothing in there either. We'll jump out of that, and we'll have a quick look at Rack and Rochelle, our favorite super whale, in his beautiful green Lamborghini, rackham.com. And yeah, so he posted this 14 hours ago, so I wanted to talk about this, but let's get into the chat. And J-Man says 300x, I do believe so, says J-Man. Woo-hoo-hoo, Hex God Turtle in the house. Woo-hoo-hoo. Hey, good to see you in the house. I've got $1,000 on a PXSAC, a PulseX SAC, not touching at all. And then I've got accumulated 2,000 for Pulse, which I'll probably overpay for on launch. I don't care. Hey, nice one, Mikey. We wish you all the very best. J-Man says the whales are coming for PulseChain. They are coming for PulseChain, J-Man. That's so true. 75% slippage on launch day. Lol, says Mikey. You got to be careful on launch day. That's for sure. What else we got going? Dude, what's up? Hey, Jim Rat Crypto's in the house, everybody. I don't have the muscles like I used to, but Jim Rat Crypto's in the house. We love what you do, Jim Rat Crypto. Love you, man. We're looking forward to your vlogs, man. Looking forward to your vlogs. J-Man says, I do believe that the whales are going to make some very large purchases with the first couple of weeks of launch. J-Man, I agree with you. I just don't want to overhype stuff. Am I overhyping? Because I'm already hyped up about stuff anyway, because it is, I know what's coming. It's going to be insane. And I think that you're giving away too much of the secret sauce there, J-Man. You're giving away too much of the secret sauce. Jim Rat Crypto says, great to see you as always, brother. Added you to my suggestions. I appreciate that, Jim Rat Crypto. Woo-hoo! I've got you on the channel recommendations, so a big shout out to you, Jim Rat Crypto. I'm going to add you to the notifications too on Discord here when I get upgrade on this. I have to upgrade this to get to add you on, but I'll be adding you onto there, Jim Rat Crypto. Hex Token K had a video on the coming RH wallet. Oh yeah, cool. Yeah, we've talked about that many times. That's great to see. I think Mintra will do very well in the next couple of years. Yeah, I think Mintra is going to do really well. In fact, depending on Richard Hart's wallet, I think that Mintra is going to be very, very alpha. Let's say that. I think the Mintra wallet will be very alpha. I didn't sacrifice for Mintra. But I have, sorry, Mintra's the NFT market. Sorry, I apologize for that. Yeah, the wallet, sorry, I'm thinking of Internet Money. I always get them mixed up, the Mintra and the Internet Money. So Mintra will do extremely well. Yeah, it's got the big YouTubers, Gerardo and that. And of course, if they get Hodl Dog and all that in the crew in there, all promoting, it's going to be pretty amazing on the NFT market. And it's going to be at PulseCon 2022. But anyway, talking about the wallet there, yeah, Internet Money, man, they've got to get their the timeline up, and hopefully that will play out too. It's gonna be fascinating to see that. Cool. Power City also said, J-Man, nice one. Yeah, Power City also going to be the NFT market as well. Yeah, I've got to stop confusing Internet Money and Mintra between their products. That's shameful. J-Man says, hello, Francis, good to see you. Hit the like, says J-Man. Can I transact on PulseChain if I don't have Pulse? Now, you will need to have some Pulse. You've got a bit of Ethereum, you'll have a bit of Pulse. There will be some faucets as well, Wayne. You'll be able to get that. So there is one, I don't typically talk about it, but there is going to be free Pulse. And that will be, they'll be doing a faucet. So that will be useful onboarding tool there. So I'll post that link in the chat there if you want to get up a free Pulse. That will be out there, but there'll be other faucets as well. There'll be other stuff to get Pulse. But like I say, if you've got a bit of ETH, you're gonna get some Pulse. If you did PulseX but you didn't do Pulse, you're gonna get one Pulse, and you can do a couple hundred transactions at least, if not over 1,000, with the Pulse, depending on how things play up. You need Pulse for gas, says Jamie. Yep. Hex got Turtle in the house there. Let me just jump out of there. I'm gonna AM out of that, and let's go to the Hex price. We're going to just sit on there for a little while. We got Brennan says, FK Coinbase, they put a 6-day hold on deposits before you can take off the exchange. So it's just chilling. And you just, yeah, well, as what I say, we do not stay on centralized exchanges. If you're going to get, unless you want a margin trade or get a particular token, never go on centralized exchanges. Why would you do it? I mean, they've got, maybe you could do some lending on there possibly, but once again, you don't own the keys to your coins. Very risky, man. And of course, they're a lot more subject to regulation. decentralized land is the way to be. This is crypto. This is ultimate freedom. And yeah, it's keep on the dexes and stuff like that. So I think it's much better for you. Also, if you've got your tokens, your Ethereum tokens on centralized exchanges, you're most likely not going to get credit for them. And so you need to get those into your own wallet off the centralized exchanges if you've got Ethereum tokens, because you want to get that copied over into PulseChain and then have that. If you've got your Ethereum tokens on centralized exchanges, the chances are you will not get access to them. You can petition the centralized exchange, but good luck. People petition it for tokens that they put into centralized exchanges have lots of issues with them. So, there's a lot of good centralized exchanges, but nevertheless, getting the airdrop, all those real tokens are sitting in the centralized wallets, right? Sitting in their hard wallets and stuff like that. So just remember that you need to have them in your own wallet. Your keys, your coins. No, Wayne, there will be faucets to get free Pulse to start. Yep. How to get Pulse for launch, says Wayne. Well, I've just posted that link, so that's cool. That link below. How about Ethereum and your MetaMask wallet or Hex so you can swap for Pulse when they are trading ratios? Yes, agree. Jamie says Hex, not Hex, says Jamie. And I thought something was going on there. Benny G's in the house. Morning, family. What would happen if the OA creates a pool on PulseX, which is P-Hex, E-Hex, and adds $2 billion of liquidity on both sides? That would be interesting. There's definitely a possibility. We do expect to see some sort of liquidity forming from the OA, from my point of view. Superman says, well, just basically supply and demand is going to determine what happens there. Superman, soon you will be going over the Pulse chart soon. Very exciting. J-Man, you are so right. We will have Pulse chart here. We're going to have Pulse X, and we won't just be talking about it on the testnet. We'll be talking about it for real. And many of you will be coming in here and saying how awesome your life is now. So that's going to be funny to see that. So cool. We got Pulse X at the moment. This month. Let me pull up. We've still got $2.6 million of USDC coin. This is our fantasy trade money. And how much is that worth? 2.6 million. We can get 1.4 billion Pulse X at the moment. So not too bad. How much Hex can we get? We get Hex. Get a lot of Hex there. That's going to kill our value though. Getting Hex. So that's no good to us at all. So yeah. Boom. There are the leaderboard at the moment. All right, cool. I got jump through some. Trying to Hex is the ways in the house. Smash the likes. Yeah, definitely. And let's pull up the YouTube channel. We talked about Discord, so don't forget to get into Discord. Yeah, Hex is the way. We want to get you. So Jim Rat Crypto, Hex is the way. We want to get you added to the pings on here on YouTube, Twitter. So hit me up on Discord, Jim Rat Crypto and Hex is the way. Just DM me there, Superman, of course, in the general chat. You can see I'm here somewhere. There I am, Superman. So DM me about that. We want to get you added, and maybe I'll do that today. So hit me up. The other thing, of course, is what's YouTube. We're going to YouTube. I'm going to pull this up. We're going to have a lot more content creators on the getting on the Hex Token YouTube. It's a good thing that the Hex Token name's kind of more generic because obviously it's Hex Token, but we're going to do that, and yeah, it's going to be cool. We're building up our own syndicate of cool YouTubers. So anyway, if you go to the channels tab here, I'll post this link in the chat there. You'll be able to subscribe to some of these cool content creators. And of course, we've got Hex is the way there. So we're trying to get Hex the way to 1,000, currently at 931. So go subscribe there. Gen Hex also trying to get Gen Hex to 1,446 subscribers. Now, they're both doing some awesome content and really ramping it up. So it's really cool. Heinz Crypto 2 is also in the Discord. And 592, so trying to get them to 1,000. So definitely go and subscribe to them. And of course, Jim Rat Crypto there, 1,170, already at 1,000. So really flying. And go subscribe to Jim Rat Crypto as well if you haven't. And of course, you get to see the cool 8-pack of abs. And put your hand up if you used to have 8-pack abs. I've got my hand. Yeah, put your hand up if it's gone. If it's gone, put your hand up if it's gone. But Jim Rat Crypto's still got the 8-pack, so that's all that matters. That's all that matters. So cool, get in there as well. So we're up to 161 people, so really cool. Looks like we've added another 7 people there. and we're going to head up towards 200. This is all before PulseChain, and of course, as I say, there's lots of cool stuff there. New tokens chat. We're trying to make this as safe as possible. We'll do our best job to do that. Obviously, you guys got to use your own, common sense as well. There is a special notice at the top there about warnings there and stuff like that, but also at the top of the title there, PulseChain projects risky, and of course the general chat is for Richard Hart tokens. Generally speaking, obviously it's not 100%, but just generally speaking, we got the general chat for that. Price chats, non-crypto chats, and general voice. Under the PulseChain risky, we've got new token chat and links. So we separated out the links just in case we need to modify the links in case of some of them being spam or scams or anything, or questionable. Maybe they're questionable. So just you can understand you got to protect the community as much as you can, but still have an open dialogue. So trying to get the right balance there. Obviously, we're going to get the latest YouTube, latest Twitter indicators there from all the YouTubers, and of course useful links there. We're going to build this up to the ultimate list of useful links and nice short video tutorials in here as well. So cool. All right, there'll be announcements as well with upcoming things like competitions and things like that. So we'll get into that later. We're still building our channel. Only been up for 3 days, I think. So still pretty cool. We've got lots of people joining though. So you can see already today we've had 6 people here today, my time. So that's going well. So get into the general chat and thrive. All right, so cool. Let's jump back to the Hex price again. We'll leave it there. Get into more of the comments. And hey, we've had Hex Day come up. Hex Day, let's go have a look at Hex Day. We've rolled over 30 minutes ago. I should have checked this out earlier. Let's see how we did for Hex Day number 871, man. Seriously, it's so good. 21st of April, and we're down just slightly on the price, just under 13 cents. And the payout, first payout we've had under 6. Can you believe it? This is our first payout we've had under 6. So there we are, 6 and 5.99. I just realized that the Maximus must have changed their number to 5 because this went under 6. It rounded it way down to 5. That's crazy. It's some funny stuff. Share rate is up 6 to 21,356, and a T-share costs you 2,775. Now you can get a T-share for 7,100 approximately if you stake out for 10 years. So this is just for a day stake. This one here. Otherwise, that's going okay. Nothing else there going on. I think that was probably the cool thing. Wallet growth has been pretty good, and we've had pretty good staker growth. Just cooled off yesterday. That's about it. So that's the results at the moment. Currently, we've got a few more penalties for today. So today we're on day 872, and we've got 195 million Hex in the pool. So that's where that's going at this stage. So cool. All right. Look how quickly I did that. Nice. Hex God says, I can't wait till we can send money to the RH wallet and purchase protocols using PLSX on PLSX. Going to be amazing. Absolutely. We're all waiting for the wallet. It's going to be so good in due course. We all want PulseChain first. We can wait for the wallet later on. I am going well, thanks. Thank the Lord, says J-Man. Nice. HSI says, HSI stakes now listed on Coinbase NFT marketplace. 60 million eyeballs coming. Wow, really? That's awesome. Yeah, I'm not sure if 60 million, but it'll be potentially 60 million. Yeah, that's awesome stuff. Yeah, we haven't talked about Hedron lately. Let's pull up Hedron. If you've got a Hex native stake, you really should claim, at least do your due diligence. There's a read only, and you've got 4 days and 23 hours to go to lock in a 5x volume bonus. There's a 100-day launch bonus, and we're currently well through that at the moment. If we go back to the Hedron price, we can see what day we're on. It's always quicker to add this up. So we're on day 55 on the chart, which is day 56 on the Hedron claim. So we've got 4 days and 23 hours to go. Then it's going to go to 4x bonus, and that's what the Maximus is going to get. The Maximus is going to get a 4x volume bonus because they won't finish until day 879 and have a stake start on day 880, and of course by the time that rolls over it'll be day 881, I gather. So cool. That is what's happening with Hedron, and it looks like as Hex is the way said, people can make new stakes through here by creating an HSI stake, putting the amount of Hex and the amount of days in here, and they can make a stake that way. And of course that's what's getting put up on Coinbase NFT market. So cool, nice one there, Hex away, appreciate that. I'm not sure if I've got that up there. I won't go looking for it, but that's nice to see. How Matt says, yeah, maybe he can use free pulse later. Yeah, that's an opportunity. There'll be other ones too. Other free claim for PLS. There'll be some other faucets around. PulseChain is the best project. PulseChain is the best project in the crypto space by far. It is. It is a juggernaut. It is a juggernaut about to land. It's going to be cool. Mate, it says Mitch Ray did some good TA on Hex today. Oh, cool. I might check that out. Hey, mate, Mitch Ray. All right, we'll check that out. That's cool. I like some good TA. On fire, says Blue. Hey, Blue, good to see you. What's up, Hexkins? What's up? Tintop's in the house. Good to see Tintop in the house, man. And emojis as well from Tintop. Wayne Care says, can I do that now or when it launches? So the free Pulse site is testnet Pulse. It's not real. That's what we call TPLS, Test Pulse. So you can join. You can join now and then wait for it to launch. It's going to be up to $200 subject to the price of Pulse, potentially claimable. I understand it on that site. Lies Beneath, by the way, nice tutorials. Hey, Lies Beneath, appreciate that. Thank you very much. Almost 4,000 subscribers. Nice. Yeah, Jamie. We're actually we're almost at 4,000. Let me just where's my mouse gone? My mouse died on here. Oh, my mouse is. I'm having trouble with my mouses today. I've got to recharge after this live stream. You have to recharge my mouses. Did I say mouses? That's terrible. I can't even check because my mouse has died on my other computer. And so yeah, I'll have to recharge that. What else we got going there? We've got quite a few. Tintop says, hi everybody, I'm driving, can't watch chat, says Tintop. Yeah, you be safe, Tintop. You be safe. 30 watching and only 32 likes. Yeah, we're up to 41 likes there. Yeah, well, there's been a lot of live streams on at the same time, so that's probably why. I didn't actually look to see who was live streaming at the moment. Coconut, thanks for all your insights, Hex Token. Awesome work. I appreciate that, Coconut. Big shout out. Good to see you in the chat, by the way. It's always good to get those comments. Epic Crypto says, woohoo! Thank you for your insights, Superman. I appreciate the Epic Crypto. Appreciate it to you. And Jimmy X says as well. Woohoo! Hey man, good to see Jimmy X in the house. Hey, a couple cool comments there. Appreciate that. Just loaded up. Hedron says easy. Nice. So accumulating Hedron. Hedron, of course, is looking pretty fine here. 12.93. It's definitely 82% pullback's pretty good. A DCA area is definitely in play if you ask me. Obviously, in my opinion, not investment advice. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I just got up to my Pulse, my link here, free Pulse. I just got up for that comment. That's crazy. He's talking about Coinbase as a fiat on-ramp. Can't move your crypto for 6 days. Yes. Okay, cool. I apologize for that. It's down. You're quite correct. Yo, definitely don't keep on centralized exchanges, but and us have to use them to get money. It sucks. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I don't use Coinbase. I use Easy Crypto for that. But there's also a few other alternatives. I can't move mine from Coinbase immediately, but I think there's a limit but Binance makes me keep it on there for like a week like that. Wow, really far. That's just really hardcore, isn't it? So many Hex and Pulse streams, says Hexodol. Yeah, there's a lot on at the moment, Hexodol. A lot on indeed. Let's get Superman to 200 members in Discord. Yeah, absolutely get into Discord. So we're building this up. We've only just launched it a couple of days ago. Yeah, it's going good. So 161 members, we're going to keep increasing and build up an epic place. So we're going to have everything: YouTube, Twitter, useful links, and video tutorials, general chat and price chats for Richard Hart stuff, more speculative stuff here on PulseChain projects, new tokens. And it's probably better that people can, talk positive and negative about stuff on here. Just remember, there is going to be risk talking in there. If you don't like risk, just don't go in there, right? Risk, if you want to talk about just Richard Hart stuff, get in here. If you want to talk about risk stuff in there, the moderators will do their best to, stop scams and things like that. But just like I say, the link's going to be in the separate one there. Cool. What else we got going? Yeah, definitely smash up the channels there and subscribe to some of the other content creators. Mexican Papa's in the house. Increase 100%. It's tough. Yeah. Christos says, Superman, do you have any old pictures of your 8-pack abs? I have the ultimate picture, but I don't have a copy of it. There's There's only one picture, and it was incredible. But my cousin has it, and he told me he lost it, so he doesn't have it. He has it, but he doesn't have it because he lost it. I think he's got it somewhere, but I just don't think he knows. I don't think he's taking the time out to find it. You know, it's not the best cousin when you're going to go the extra mile there. Fusing says $50 swap on 100x, $100 in Hex. Ouch today. Yeah, swap is crazy, right? So like I said, you know, you can swap here $40 at the moment. It's got here, and of course, it depends on what your ticket. You're going to get a higher ticket price, probably because it's giving you a max indication. But man, you're paying that. So if you want to buy $100 at Hex, you can't. Your $40 is going to be the swap fee. It's just insane. It's insane. So PulseChain is going to solve that, folks. High gas fees on Ethereum. You sick of them? Yes. PulseChain will solve it. So it's going to be fun. It's a game changer, man. Like, can you see it not being awesome? Can you see it not being awesome on PulseChain? Look at those fees. Look at these insane fees. Now you can tolerate them. You're dealing, you know, you tolerate them if there's 1% of your whatever your traders, you can tolerate it. But it's like it shouldn't have to pay it, right? You shouldn't have to pay it. And if you want to do small amounts, a couple $100, this is just ridiculous, right? Just ridiculous. So yeah, PulseChain's going to save it, folks. Come to PulseChain, rocking and on, rock on. Yeah, that's a good point there. Many much mouses, yeah, many much mouses. Do you plan? PS Joe says, do you plan on ever bridging back the shorter daily recap videos? Bridging back the shorter daily recap videos. Well, you know, on the Hex one, no, I'm not going to bring that. What I want to do is I want to do a pre-recorded series. So I'm doing 2 live streams at the moment a day, but I want to do a whole ton of series of pre-recorded videos, which will probably, yeah, I'm going to be working on that. I'm also going to be reaching out to the Ethereum community as much as possible on YouTube, depending on the success of the algorithms. When you're on YouTube, you've got to experiment a bit to see what works, what doesn't work. Also, some channels seem to get picked up much easier than other channels. So whatever that reason that is, there could be many reasons for that. So just keep working on it. That's all you can do. The dog ate it, says. Yeah, absolutely. Get that picture and sell it as NFT. Brent says, shh, don't say that we want longer live streams. Yeah, well, there's going to be 2 live streams, Gabe. We'll be doing pre-recorded videos. Don't ever write your seed phrase on your abs if your cousin is around. Can't lose. That's true. That is so true. Don't write your seed phrase on your abs, yeah, because your cousin will lose the photo. True, Brandon. I love the longer streams, but the daily stats video were awesome too. Yeah. The problem with that, PS, there was a decent amount of people watching them, but I just wanted to try and scale up more. PS Joe. So yeah. Cannot wait for PLS. Lol says fusing platypus. Yep. America's in the house. Hey, Craig. Game changer is right. Yeah. PulseChain is a game changer. Excellent choice says we will all be singing like the Legos. Everything is awesome. Yeah, I agree. So cool. There is the high gas fees, folks. You like paying that? You like paying $40? $40. You like a USD transfer at $11. Sushi swap at $30. Curve. You like paying that? You like one inch swap 30, or 1 inch not too bad, but the price is $30. You want to transfer ARC20 transfer, $13 on there, $4 on here. Anyway, so PulseChain changes that. That's just the way it goes. PulseChain. So PulseChain here, running 3-second blocks, not 13-second blocks. We see Ethereum here running 13-second blocks. PulseChain running at 3-second blocks. So there we are. There's the proof in the pudding. And of course, you're going to be able to stake with the validators. If you got 32 ETH to stake over at Ethereum, no, you can stake with the validators on PulseChain. So cool look. On PulseX, you're going to be able to do so much on there. Thrive, burn. You can trade, you can speculate, you can do yield farms, you can do one-sided staking pools. This will be super popular one-sided staking pools. So it's going to be fun to see. Be interesting to see whether we get the incentive token in this pool as well. It's something that Richard asked about recently. So fun times ahead. And of course, you can transfer on the bridge. There will be other bridges like Power City. And we must pull the Power City up actually. Power City. Perversity. They're going to have a swap bridge, so a little different. Where is the place here? So we've got Power City. Now they're going to have this transformer bridge. So Power City transformer will be a cross-chain swap connecting a PulseChain, Avalanche, Phantom, and more chains, while avoiding the exorbitant gas fees of Ethereum. Once again, if you want to get rid of Ethereum fees, welcome to the future on PulseChain. You're going to get awesome projects like Power City, bringing great solutions to cross-chain swaps, reducing the friction for fiat on and off ramps, and swap between tokens on multiple blockchains in a single transaction. And boom! Yeah, so it's going to be pretty awesome. They got open dashboard that doesn't work yet, but that's going to come. They've obviously got an NFT marketplace that's going to compete against Mintra. I got it right this time. We're going to compete against Mintra. And of course, they've got nodes. But the other thing that I'm really looking forward to is the accelerated yield compounder from Power City. Power City Accelerator will increase yield in DeFi by automatically claiming and deploying earn tokens for increased rewards. So this will be definitely a product that people should consider for increasing their yields because increase the APY. A custom front end to liquid loans apparently. Lending protocol will automate various strategies to compound stake yield and accumulate more pulse. Now I think we all like that. So I think that's going to be a real popular one there. Be interesting to see whether you probably maybe able to just do a drop down with the strategies. Maybe just select drop down. I want the hodl strategy. I want the hybrid haunted strategy. So currently haunted has made a new strategy now where not does he just do 100% borrowing and buying pulse and then recycling that through, but he does 50-50. And so that you got 50% in USDL. And if the pulse price dips, then you can buy the pulse as well. So he's got a 50-50 strategy now. Our little smart haunted dude. So cool. Now I was going to look at liquid loans quickly. Liquid loans. Let's just check their Twitter. We're waiting for the testnet on PulseChain. They're obviously taking a lot more time to do stuff, to be honest. Now, apparently, they've got some announcements coming up soon. So Jesse, the pit boss, was talking about that on Twitter Spaces, I think, yesterday. So they have got some announcements coming out with some cool new things they're doing. So they are doing some things that I think we're unaware of that are going to be pretty good value added. So that's cool. We're still waiting for the testnet though on the PulseChain, so being able to play around with the user interface, and of course the sacrifice balances are still waiting for that too. The final ones, that is the final ones. So or the official ones, we should say. So cool. Still waiting for that. Still pumping out cool videos, cool topics though on liquid loans, so that's cool. So it's all stuff happening there. Bam, 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 and bam. Oh yes, I was going to look at Rack and Michelle, wasn't I? So Rack and Michelle put this really cool post out. I thought this was really cool. And he's got this one here. So by the end of 2023, the talking heads will fully realize that the anti-Hex PLX narrative has failed. So boom, yeah, there, man. It's major FOMO. I posted that on Twitter. Potential earnings that they cost their readership will be staggering. Boom! Can you imagine this? This is so bullish. I love when whales talk like this. It's pretty cool. The documentary alone will, the documentary alone will cause fake influencers to leave the industry. I love that. That's pretty awesome. Nice little spot in there too. Nice. That's hardcore. Man, that movie is cool. That was a cool movie. So very bullish from the whales and Maximus going cool. So nice. The general chat there, nice. It's Superman and it's his abs. Oh, this is Superman abs there, nice. We've got the Superman there with the abs, so we put the Superman. That's a nice one there, Craig. Boom. Power shot there from Richard Hart. Right, so cool. I think that's probably it on that. So yeah, let's jump over to the Pulse 6 there. The Pulse Hex, just sitting around 13 cents. If we go to the daily on Hex, actually, we'll go to daily on Hex and have a quick look at that. You know, summer's over when it starts raining outside. You know, summer's over when it starts raining. You know, summer's coming for you guys. If you're in America or UK or somewhere like that, it's coming for you. All right, so there's the daily 4 green candles at the moment, so I can't complain about 4 green candles as we move up. My green little pumpermental there is looking pretty good at the moment as it continues to ride up there. We're waiting to, obviously our next target is the 14 cents, and then of course we're waiting to blow out of this super long resistance. How many days have we been in this thing? Let's go to the all-time high. So how many days since the all-time high? We have been 214 days from the all-time high from Hex. So can you believe it? 214 days. And of course, to get out of the triangle will be about 247 days. So what's that, about a month to go to get, if we just walked ourselves out. But we don't want to walk ourselves out. We're going to blast ourselves out here. And of course, if we get PulseChain launching by the 15th of May, that would be pretty cool. Sacrifice balances may be done in the next couple of days. So let's argue that we give another 3 more days to the PulseChain sacrifices. 1, 2, 3. Let's say by the 25th, and then we have 2 weeks after the 25th. That would be the 9th of May. 9th of May would be 2 weeks after the sacrifice balances are finalized, if we get them finalized on the 25th. So interesting stuff there. What else we got? Fusing says, as someone who spends $100 a day in Hex every day, I had plenty of the ETH fees. Yeah, yucks. Someone who spends $100 a day in Hex. Fusing, have you considered maybe one purchase a week and get $700 of Hex? Would it save a family gas? Yeah, typically the lowest gas on Ethereum is between 1 and 3 a.m. UTC time on Sundays. I can't hold on to it that long, Gen X. I'm bad with money. Oh, that's terrible. That's just sit back and relax. Fusing, just accumulate is the ultimate strategy, I think. It's a good idea. I just don't have that kind of faith in myself. Next thing, UK, I got $600-800 on me, and I'm building a Glock like a dummy. That's funny. Let's have a go. We got. Let me just jump through some of these. Jen Hex says it snowed here Tuesday and will be 80 this weekend. Not sure what season it is anymore, says Craig. We have had too much rain. The grass in my yard is starting to die off. First world problems, lol. That's hilarious. You must be around my neck of the woods then, says Hex and Papa. Marco says, how soon will we see USD Tether, USDC pair on Pulse after launch? Within 2 days, that's my guess there. Maybe 1 to 2 days there, Marco. We will see potentially the PRC copies pulled up earlier than that, but no one really knows how that's going to play out. Ohio, Gen Hex, woohoo! Nice. PA says, really, let's look through these. Excuse me. Sorry to blow up your feet set, man. Thanks for being a good sport, huh? Yeah, that's right. Don't worry, I get used to it, Fusing. I get used to it. Papa, ever heard of Aliquip Papa? I haven't even heard of that myself. That's some Mexican food. Sounds like Ecuadorian. Does that make sense? Ecuadorian. All right, so yeah, we got the Gwei here, 50-50 Gwei. 49. I say refreshes. I'm not even sure if this is refreshing. Is this refreshing? I've been seeing me stuck on this for a while. I was just staying around that price. I don't know what, just staying around the price at the moment. All right, cool. We've talked about all that, and we've got Hex at 12.3. We're coming up on an hour and a half, so I'm going to probably wrap it up here. I will be doing a second live stream later today, so you can catch me all there, and I will be in Discord. So definitely join Discord and spread the word about Discord too, because it's going to be a pretty cool place, I think, as we roll up. The other thing, of course, with the boost level 1, we've got a lot more things that we can add into the site, and one of those I've already added in. So I've added in, if you send out an invite, it's going to come up when the people land on the page. It's going to have a cool background on the invite. So we're already upgrading. It's going to be cool. When we get to level 2, we'll be able to custom, I believe, the top of the page. So looking forward to that, customizing the top of the page once we get to level 2 booster. But we need 4 more boosts to get there. So if you feel like boosting the channel, go for gold on that. All right, coming up now, I'm 30. Let's go. Mexican Public. Yeah, man, I'm up on the lake. Nice. You grew up in a Mexican food joint? Yeah. I've been there. I'm up on the lake. Hey, everyone likes being at the lake, that's for sure. All right, so thanks for watching, everybody, and I will catch you in Discord and, of course, later on live stream number 2 later today. Thanks for watching. And boom. All right, take care. Peace, everybody. I'll see you in the next one. Woo-hoo-hoo! Rock on, rock on. Take care. This is Lights Beneath. And, of course, thanks for watching. Very, very cool. All right, so if you're a Hex Token channel member, smash out those emojis on the way out. I would do it myself, but my mouse has died on my other computer. All right, nice. Night. Good night. Woohoo! Greg's in the house. Mr. Hills. Yeah. Stana has done it for us. All right, take care, everybody. Hour and 30 minutes. Awesome live stream. Thanks so much, everybody. And appreciate your support. Get into Discord, and I'll see you there. Bye for now.